This is the homework help video for chemistry, homework 4.2. I'm going to do some selected problems from the right half of this worksheet from that 10 through 18 piece. I'll start with number 10. We've got HCN. We've got to start with the type and number of atoms. We've got 1 hydrogen, 1 carbon, and 1 nitrogen, which means we have 1, 4, and 5 valence electrons, which gives us a total of 10 valence electrons. So that's how many we get to spread out here. Carbon is going to be our central atom, and we're going to have a hydrogen on one side and nitrogen on the other side. Let's start with just one bond. Okay, and then if we fill in our octets, we're going to have 2, 4 there, 2, 4, 6 there, and hydrogen's taken care of. Unfortunately, at this point, we can see already that we have way more than 10 valence electrons. We have 2 in this bond, 2 in that bond, and then several more around the outsides. So we're going to need to try something a little bit different. So let's put another bond between carbon and nitrogen. So now we've got 6 in bonds and 6 unbonded valence electrons. That still doesn't quite work. So let's erase another lone pair and put another bond there. Now we've got 8 in bonds, 2 on the outside. That is our Lewis structure. Okay, moving on to the next one that I will do for you. I'll do number 12, and we've got N2H2, N2H2, 2 nitrogens, 2 hydrogens, which means we're going to have a total of 10 plus 2 valence electrons, which gives us 12 total. We'll put our 2 nitrogens in the middle here, just with one bond between them, and our hydrogens on the outside. At this point we have 6 valence electrons in bonds. We'll go ahead and fill these in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's too many valence electrons. So let's erase a couple of these lone pairs and put in another bond there. Now we've got 8 valence electrons in bonds plus 4 as a lone pair, and that gives us 12 valence electrons. So there is your Lewis structure for number 12. I'll also do number 13 for you here. With 13 we've got CH3F, 1 carbon, 3 hydrogens, and a fluorine. So we've got 4 plus 3 plus 7 valence electrons. That gives us 14 to work with. Carbon's our central atom, with hydrogens and a fluorine around the outside. Okay, carbon is taken care of at this point, which is really nice. We filled in the octet for fluorine, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 in bonds, plus 6 around the outside. That's 14. There's your Lewis structure. I'll go ahead and do one more here for you, and that'll be number 16 on your homework. And this one's a little bit longer. So we've got CH3 CO2 with a minus charge. Okay, so we've got 2 carbons, 3 hydrogens, 2 oxygens. Okay, which means that we have 8 plus 3 plus 12, and since we've got that minus charge, we've got 1 extra valence electron, which gives us 24 total valence electrons to work with. We're going to start with a carbon in the middle, and we're going to put a hydrogen, because we've got the CH3 piece, put a hydrogen all around it, and then we're also going to bond to another carbon, which is then going to bond to some oxygens. Okay, this carbon is taken care of. It's got 4 bonds, it's happy. The hydrogens are all taken care of. And don't take those as lone pair electrons, those are just marks to let you see where I was looking. Our second carbon is not yet taken care of. It only has 3 bonds, so we can either throw a lone pair on there, or we can do another bond. But let's fill in the oxygens first to figure this out. That's an oxygen. If we put lone pair electrons on there, we've now got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in bonds, plus 12 on the outside. That would be 24 valence electrons. However, that oxygen would have a -1 charge, and this oxygen would have a -1 charge. They're not very happy at this point. And this carbon would have a +1 charge. And if possible, we want to have as few charges on a molecule as possible. There is something we can do for this, however. If we just go ahead and erase one of the lone pairs that we have here, I'll choose to do it on this one, and throw in a second bond, our oxygen on the bottom is happy, our carbon is now happy, and our oxygen on the top still has that -1 charge. There's really no way that we can get rid of that, so we're just going to keep that there, and we know that our molecule as a whole has a -1 charge anyway, so we'll just show that with that -1. So there's your Lewis structure for number 16. That should give you some examples to go off of. Go ahead and finish these for next time, and I hope this helped.